Dara started the day with 2 hours in the pool, followed by an hour and a half in the weight room, lunch, and then 2 hours of body work. The clock finally settled on pause long enough for Dara to take a few minutes to reflect on what has been an amazing career. It's not often that you get invited to take a look inside the life of a world-class athlete to see what makes them tick. For Dara Torres, it's a lifelong and day-long pursuit of speed. She has been an athlete, a model, a gold medalist, a motivational speaker, a businesswoman, and, more importantly, a mom.
I have Angry Birds. I have a lot of them. I have 3.
What was it like your first experience in 1984? You're a young kid and you're with the greatest athletes in the world.
Yeah, that's what you think about. You forget that you're one of the greatest athletes in the world,
Right.
and all you think about is like, wow, there's, Michael Jordan and Mary Lou Retton, and you're sort of in awe of everyone else, forgetting that you're there too with them competing. And I was basically this little 17-year-old punk kid, just sort of bouncing off the walls and kind of hyperactive and just so excited to be there. I couldn't really appreciate it like I did in this previous Olympics in '08, where I was older, a little more mature, and can kind of take everything in and just soak it up.
What have you learned about yourself through all this process of, starting as a young punk in '84 and now trying to get back to the games for 2012?
I learned not to listen to what anyone else says and follow my heart. Or if people are talking negatively, like, well, you can't do this, or you're too old, which is what's happened probably in the last 5 years, I just use it to my advantage. I use it as fuel. And I think that's where the maturity sort of kicks in. I think if I was 17 and someone said I couldn't do it, I'd be like, what? Why can't I do it?
When I look at the process you go through in terms of getting up early and going to the pool and competing with, there's a 14-year-old kid in the next lane and other Olympians, and then people standing on you and stretching. You go through a lot for a 25-second event. Does it mean as much to you? Do you still love it?
I love swimming. I would not be doing this if I didn't love swimming. Yeah. And I think that's where the breaks sort of help, because I think if I continuously swam, and this was, say, my 8th Olympic Games I was going for, I would be so burned out. And I think it's nice to take the breaks because it sort of makes you appreciate what you were doing and what you had and what it takes to be, a champion, and it sort of motivates you.
Dara's My After began early as she prepared for her day. Her recovery started on the pool deck, continued in the weight room, then at lunch, and finally back home. Dara's My After ended just as it began, by spending time with her daughter Tessa. For someone who has spent a lifetime chasing the clock and has London on her mind, this is the moment in her day where you can tell that Dara is just as content sitting back and watching time go by.
This time, your daughter, Tessa, is old enough to be part of the process. Is that a driving force for 2012?
It's great that Tessa's a little bit older and can understand what's going on and can be a part of the process. It's just a wonderful thing to be able to just share this with your child, and hopefully she's at the age now that she can remember it when she gets a little older, because I'm sure she doesn't remember anything when she was 2.5 years old. So it's fun, it's very motivating, and getting up in the morning and feeling a little tired and getting her ready for school, but then giving her a kiss and having her go off, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to do this now.